But what he does is he takes away having to make those slide steps in the pocket to find angles to throw the ball through. He just throws right over the top of it because he can see everything, and sometimes that saves time and gets the ball to a receiver quicker.
Got his man, it's caught. Touchdown, Jaguars. A big play. His first NFL reception goes for 6. And the Jaguars are able to strike quickly for 6. Now Parkey for the extra point. It's good, and it's 21-10. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line just across the 25. And now out comes Houston. And last time this unit was out here, costly turnover, and then that turned into 6 points. They've got to make amends.
And how many times have we sat in meetings with coaches and they use the term complementary football? Offense take care of the defense, defense take care of the offense. That didn't happen on the last possession. This is a chance for them to pick themselves back up and help their team.
Yeah, we'll see if they can recoup and recover. That's good for 21 yards and a first down. Shift together here from the D-line. They'll look to throw now on first down. He's going to air one out. It's caught at the 10. A huge play there for Houston. 43 yards. A great job pulling that one in from a guy, as we know, who can really blaze. He's got a lot of speed.
And that speed can work for him so many different ways. Sometimes he just takes off and goes and just runs past people. Sometimes you get people to back off so far that you can catch everything underneath. But still, at some point in the game, you probably have to make some contested catches, right? Sometimes you have to go up and beat a defender for the football. He has that in his arsenal as well.
Showed it right there. And they'll lose a yard that time, and that's going to lead to a third down.
Well, forget about finding a lane there. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. Probably fortunate he was able to hold on to the football.
Green, 39!
They'll look to throw on 3rd and goal. Flush to his right, and he can't get rid of it. He's taken down.
And that's the kind of stand all defenses are seeking. 3rd and goal, backs against the wall, and they get a monster sack, and now they're going to force him into a field goal. For them, that's a win.
And the 11-year veteran bangs it through, and that'll make this an 8-point game. So the drive stalls out, but they are able to put 3 points on the board.
Yeah, just a yard or two shorter than an extra point, so no problems converting there.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. And now out come the Jags. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know.
And he's going to go down. The Texans come at him and able to bring him to the ground.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Alongside the former defensive back Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. It's Jaguar football as we begin quarter number 2. But they face a 2nd and long to start things out.
Strong left. Right here. Hurry up.
Off the play fake. Blankenship going for the deep ball. He's got a man complete. And he's finally taken down, but not before getting across midfield and across the 45-yard line.
Strong left. Over.
They're going to need some therapy after this.
Now let's go.
Off play action. Blankenship. Forced out to his left. Now he'll turn and throw. And at the 7-yard line, the catch is made. They give him a gain of 37.
On any given pass play, you never know exactly where your exit points are going to be. On this play, he was flushed to his left, still on the run, able to accurately throw the football for a nice first down.
And he goes backwards on this one, losing yardage to the 7. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down.
Well, it's been the air game that's taken them down on this drive before they finally turned around and handed it off on the last play.
And now they're looking for the big boys to get him in the end zone. Couldn't do it there.
It'll be interesting to see. Offensive lines had to pass block a lot on this drive. Will they be able to revert and fire out and create some space in the run game?
They get 3 yards closer, but still work to do. It's 3rd and goal.
And a nice job defensively to keep him out of the end zone. He's trying to get his second touchdown already in the first half.
They had that one earlier, was bidding for a second.
Tell you what, Brandon, if I see a dime look, if I see 6 defensive backs near the goal line, I'm changing to a running play every time.
And they had 6 there. Surprised he didn't audible at the line?
Very much so. I'm going to count on my offensive line in this situation against the lighter defensive backs and try and push it across the end zone that way.
So give them 3 there. A good drive gets them inside the 5, but they couldn't punch it in.
And credit this defense, too. That was the old bend but don't break approach, but it kept the offense out of the end zone.
This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And the decision to bring it out will cost him about 5 yards as he'll get this only back to the 20. And now out comes Houston. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
Dancing to his left. And some room to maneuver. And they'll bring him down at the 27-yard line. Nice work to get 7 out of that, and it's second down.
Now, that was not a bad scramble there on first down. He didn't force it, nor did he throw it away. He was able to take off, and now he made it a very manageable 2nd and short.
All right, here we go.
4 down.
Now they'll run it on the toss. And they'll bring him down after just a short pickup. They got 2 of the 3 they needed there. It leaves them with 3rd and just a yard.
If they're going to get a first down out of this, they're going to have to earn it because there's been tough going in the interior there. And here we are on 3rd and 1. Be prepared. Brace yourself. Going to be some contact going on.
They'll look to throw for it on 3rd and 1. And that is incomplete. Well, they've had a pretty frustrating first half here offensively, and that just continued there with that incompletion.
Yeah, definitely frustrating for them, but heartening for the other guys. Those stop troops, they're enjoying things right now because they've made it very difficult for them throughout the half.
And how about this one now? In their own territory, a gutsy call. They're going to go for this on 4th and a yard. A handoff as they run the counter play. And they are going to stop him on 4th and 1 as they'll wind up going backwards. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And the Jags take over in terrific field position.
Tight right.
On 1st and 10, Blankenship. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield, complete. A little second effort there on the strong run. And then drop just inside of the 20.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
And he will get this into the end zone for a Jaguar touchdown. A great effort there, making quite a splash with his 2nd touchdown in his NFL debut. And the Jaguars had 6 to their lead. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And now running right through him. And the decision to come out is going to cost him 5 as he's taken down right at the 20. Now the Texans offense, they head back out to do battle here. And last time out, went for it on 4th down, turned it over, gave them great field position, turned it to 6 points, so they've got to recover here, Charles.
It's amazing what one decision can do in the chain of events, right? The decision to go for it on 4th down.
Caused all of that.
It caused every bit of it, but it showed confidence. Hey, I've got confidence in you guys. Go pick it up for them. Didn't happen. Also showed confidence in the defense. They didn't pick up their end of the bargain, so now they've got to come back out and start over and rebuild that confidence.
All right,
Check. 53's Mike. Check. 53's.
Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. No gain on the play there, 2nd down.
And while there's no gain on that run, we do know coaches whose identity is rooted in taking it almost to the limit and then changing things up on you down the stretch. I think we're getting really close to that point in time, though.
He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 14. Oh, fighting off the defender. And he may want to track down that football because that's interception number 1 on his career.
You're saying that's going into the trophy case?
I'd put it there.
Yeah, no doubt about it. That's when you ask the equipment guys to make sure they hold it for you after the game. But if you play in the back 7 on defense, that's part of your job. Finding ways to take the ball away from the other team.
Flushed out right.
No, off.
Finding room inside the 40. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. That one a broken play, but it ends up being a good play. The scramble goes for 20.
Man, defensively, that hurts. They got him out of his rhythm. They had him hemmed in, but somehow he was able to tuck it away and get him.
And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Here we go now.
Off the play fake. Blankenship. Going down the middle, and it's complete. Touchdown, Jaguars. And he's having a nice little first half here, partner.
And it's a first half that leaves us anticipating what can still come. I mean, 2 touchdowns already here through the 2nd quarter. There could be plenty more before this game is over.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And in hindsight, probably should have stayed where he was, as he'll only get back to the 16-yard line. Out comes the Houston offense as they get set to take over here. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate, and of course they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
Here we go. Watch you now, Barney.
Now they'll throw here out of the gun. He's going to launch this thing way downfield. And both guys were there, but it falls incomplete. I know he wants to get his team back in the game, but a 50-50 ball right there that maybe was a little questionable.
Yeah, he's pretty lucky to get that one back. I think that sometimes these quarterbacks play with a lot of confidence that borders on arrogance, and that can put your team in some Dutch.
Yeah, especially maybe want to look at some safer routes after the interception he had that ended their last drive. And he comes back with one complete. And that little deke, the juke move that we saw, able to give him the first down yardage before he's brought down. A good pickup there, a 22.
Watch the screen, watch the screen.
Here we go now.
Watch the screen, watch the screen.
Fresh set of downs here.
Strong right.
Here we go now.
A handoff as they run the counter play.
Crash down.
And he will be brought down at about the 43 that time. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Nice job by that defensive front there to hold him to a short gain on first down. Well played, I must say.
Only getting 1 yard. There was no room to run. He's going to sling this deep downfield. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete. Some of the fans here don't seem too happy about what we've seen in this first half.
No, not at all, and I understand why. They've looked lethargic, out of sync, and it shows on the scoreboard.
They'll set up a throw. Jaguar pressure and a Jaguar sack.
I'm starting to feel for that quarterback back there. I mean, you know me. Normally, don't have a lot of empathy for the QB, right? In this case, definitely. He's been under constant duress this entire game. I don't know how he's surviving back there.
And to think, there's still a long way to go in this football game. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. It'll be 37 yards there on the punt, and the offense will take over with a new set of downs. And out now comes Jacksonville as they get ready to go. They are just putting things together so well here, drive after drive. They really have captured the momentum, haven't they?
They've taken momentum and pretty much not just give him a jersey, but a seat on the bench as well. Whatever do you need, you've got it, because the way they're stringing things together and creating that distance between them and their opponent is really hard to narrow that gap. And the other part is they're taking their spirit away from them, too.
And now they're just looking to add to that total. Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Walters. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 11 yards there for Jacksonville and a first down as well. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Well, the secondary's really struggled today, but that's a little bit of a measure of revenge, isn't it? And they just followed the basic rules. See ball, knock ball away, turned into a nice play.
Off play action, Blankenship. Pressure comes, and down he goes.
This has been a tough one for this offensive line. It appears almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game, the way they've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one.
Tight end right.
Off the play fake, Blankenship. He goes left side, and he has Dye. And now before this 4th and 2 play. Comes to fruition, they're going to think about it and call a timeout, as the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds to go in the first half. So on 4th down, kicking it away here, Michael Pilardi. They are going for it. It's Smith. And this is incomplete. A huge gamble, and it does not pay off. They fake the punt. It doesn't work out. It's such a risky play there to fake it. You're either the hero or the GOAT. Here, they're going to be the GOAT.
Unfortunate, too, because you know they thought they had something there. They don't call it just to call it. They don't just say, oh, what the heck, let's go ahead and fake it here. They feel like they've got something on. They've got the defense in the right spot. Just unsuccessful in that opportunity. Let's face it, if you want to get back into the game, these are the kind of throws you got to hit. He's wide open right there. Got to be able to get it to him, don't you think?
And those are the throws that haven't been available to them every time he's dropped a pass.
Here we go.
Yeah, that's a big
Lucky
miss.
56. Lucky 56.
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Out to his left. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off near the 44. And a potential turning point as they'll get the football in very good field position late in this first half. That's sort of a second quarter to forget for him. Now 2 picks in this frame.
Almost as if the first one that he threw, he couldn't shake, couldn't get it out of his head. He ends up throwing a second one as a result.
Compounds the mistake a little bit.
Yeah, you got to be able to forget, compartmentalize, whatever you want to call it, and move on. He hasn't been able to do so here in the second.
Buying time to his left. And he's going to go out of bounds. He takes this one down shy of the 20. A good pickup there, a 22. A big completion there, and he gets out of bounds to stop the clock.
Very heady football. That allows them the opportunity to go ahead and line up and kick one right before the half ends.
So a good snap, good hold, and that one's right down the middle.
Never in doubt. Just the way you used to hit them, Brandon.
This fielded a few yards into the end zone. Oh, he shifts past him. Oh, and now he bowls him over. So we've reached halftime here on opening weekend. As we send you now to Orlando to check in with Larry Ridley and our EA Sports halftime report. Take it away, LR. So both teams have their marching orders, and we'll get going again here in quarter number 3. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And the decision to bring it out will cost him about 5 yards as he'll get this only back to the 20. Out come the Jaguars now as they'll go on offense first here in this third quarter. They had a big first half. Now they have a chance to add to that lead here in the opening possession of the second half.
And everyone always asks about halftime adjustments, kind of the key phrase. What did you do at halftime? Well, the way they ran offense in the first half, I think they were very calm, congratulatory, but also what they were saying is don't expect them to be the same on defense. They'll be the ones making the adjustments. Let's see what they do, and we'll attack accordingly.
And we'll see how they attack here. Steps away to his left. And they can't get the long connection as it falls incomplete. Well, the numbers have been good in the passing game and certainly a big reason why they have the lead. But now here, third quarter, maybe go to the run game a little more?
Yeah, perhaps. I mean, after that incompletion, a little credit to the defense for shutting them down on that play. Maybe you try and run the football a little bit more in this spot. But they have to feel good about how they've been throwing it overall.
Looking to throw. Blankenship. Eluding the pressure right. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up fourth down.
My high school coach, John Ford, used to say all the time, if you're in a bad situation, laddie, don't compound it with a bad decision as well. And I think that's what we just saw there. Harassed in the pocket, and he throws into double coverage anyway.
He called you laddie?
He called me laddie, and that was the nicest thing he called me.
Gets through, and now an opening. And he'll go out of bounds across the 35-yard line. A good return there. Call it 13 yards. And the Texans will take over with a 1st and 10.
Single receiver. Hey, you're on an island over there.
Here we go. Gun!
And on the outside, they're playing press coverage. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Looking sideline, incomplete.
I know our vantage point. Might be a little bit better way up here, but that looked like an ill-advised throw to me. I didn't see anything open, and this play just didn't look right from the beginning.
It did not. I thought he might get outside and just chuck it away. Dangerous pass, incomplete. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he's got some space here. 31 yards there and a 1st down.
Outside handoff to the right side. If you're a running back, you love getting the ball early so you have vision to see what's happening in front of you.
Right tackle likes that call. Big play for him, but don't forget about the guys you always tell me on the backside sealing off.
When they talk about cutoff blocks, making sure no one can leak from the backside that can run a play down.
And nobody leaked. Big play. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 13.
Right. He's tight right here. He's tight on the right.
Now let's go. Blue landing.
Hey, we got 3 down.
And some changes here as the D-line separates some. And they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line. It's just a gain of a couple there on the scramble, and now it's 3rd down.
I think we have to give credit to him for buying time and extending the play. But you know there's some really upset defenders on that one. They thought that they had him. Instead, he was coated in Teflon and got away.
Finding a safety valve here. That's complete. And he will have the 1st down across the 20 to the 19-yard line. 15 yards, the Texans pick up the 1st down. And the defense with their backs against the wall a little bit here as the offense is in the red zone.
We got 3.
And they'll run it here. And he'll take this one in for a Texans touchdown. A great play there. Scampering home from 19 yards out. And the Texans get a bit closer. And that'll cut the lead back now to 21. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And now running right through him. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. Out comes the Jaguar offense now as they get set to take over. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency. Move the ball at least a few times on offense.
The ball comes out, but this will fortunately wind up out of bounds. He'll get 8 on the scramble there. It'll be second and a couple.
Now, I have to admit, partner, that I've often thought that I don't like this rule. Where the offensive player fumbles the ball, it goes out of bounds, and they get to keep it.
That's just because you're a defensive guy. That's why you don't like it.
Yeah, you're right. It is a slanted view, isn't it?
But this is where, for the offensive team, the sideline is their friend. Usually it's not their friend.
Yeah, exactly right. I actually played for a guy in college. You know what he used to name the sideline? Sammy. Sammy sideline, and use him well.
Sanders has it over the middle. That one a pickup of 15 for Jacksonville. And just a small glimpse there as to why they like this rookie so much.
And that's why they lit up a little bit in our meetings with the coaching staff, didn't they?
Yeah, when we talked about him, they did.
Yeah, you know, they like his work ethic. You know, this guy's running every route well in the route tree and getting better at it all the time, really honing his game. They expect a pretty good jump out of him as things continue to move on.
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is a quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
Back to throw. Blankenship. Over the middle, complete. That's short. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line. That one goes for 36 yards.
There will always be a place for methodically marching the ball downfield. But when you can pick it up in big chunks and strike like that, have explosive plays, that's often the difference in winning and losing. Those types of plays that can knock a defense off balance, that'll drive a team towards a victory.
And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
Third quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. 9 yards on the play there, and it sets him up 1st and goal. They're going to look to throw. And a scary incompletion, almost picked off. It would have been their first INT of the game. Instead, 2nd down.
Double tight, guys, double tight.
To throw on 2nd down. Blankenship. This will be caught at about the 6. That catch good for 8, but still, it's 3rd and goal now.
How about the timing on that one? Boy, they were in sync, weren't they? 3-step drop, balls out of his hands, right to the tight end.
And it'll be intercepted. Picked off with great anticipation. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. They needed a break. They needed to make a play here in the 3rd quarter. Defensively, they did that. Now they got to go quickly and get some points on the board.
And the best part is that they made their own break, taking the ball away. Now they just look at their offense and saying, guys,
let's go.
Come on, capitalize on this one.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. A gain of 32 that time.
The best passing attacks in the NFL often incorporate the guys out of the backfield catching the football. That's what we just got on that play. As a primary receiver, not always just a check down, not always a safety valve. Sometimes they just get it to them right away because they have the matchup advantage. Partner, I think there's a lesson there. Some days you're just having a really tough time, and for the defense, today has been that day. But after that play, what do you learn? You can still make plays even when the other guy's having success against you.
Almost unstoppable on the ground there, as that one is good for 39.
That's how you get right up off of the mat, because on the last play, they stoned him in the backfield and dropped him for a loss. He's type of guy that scared me a little bit because he's not daunted. Just got right back up, showed some confidence, and picked up a first down with his very next run.
Only a yard on the completion. It's second and goal.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
He'll look to throw. Being chased, and he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down.
Another loss. Another day.
Gotta figure this is one they need here on third and goal.
Watch tight. Tight end right. Tight end right. Hurry up. Here we go.
They'll look to throw here. Quick hitter here. It's complete. And he is knocked down from the side at the 19. The completion there winds up a wash, and it'll bring up fourth down. So now here comes the field goal team for the third time today. From the left hash, it's a 36-yard attempt. And Frank's kick is good. And the deficit drops now from 21 down to 18. So his third field goal of the ball game brings him a bit closer, but there's no question they need to start turning some of these threes into sixes.
And sevens, and probably even eights. You know, as a kicker, you just head out when you're called upon, so he's done his job. It's the rest of the offense that needs to get it in gear if they want to close this gap.
And out now comes Jacksonville as they get ready to go. And they had a nice little drive going last time. Threw the interception in the red zone. Costly.
Bad enough to throw it anywhere, but that drives coaches insane when they're thinking about, hey, we've got a shot at points already. We're already in a spot where you're thinking you've got 3 on the board for sure, and to come away with nothing, that's a really tough one for them to swallow.
Yeah, will they make up for it? That one a pickup of 15 for Jacksonville. And a new set of downs here after picking up the first on the ground.
Leopard. Here we go now. Detroit.
And now here's a carry heading left. And he takes this up right near the 45-yard line. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it second and 4.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. Call that a loss of 5 yards on the play. And that's going to lead to a third down. Back now here on EA Sports. It's Jaguar football here, and they'll look to extend their lead as we begin quarter number 4. The Jaguars on third down. Not good. 0 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 9.
Let's go, D. Hurry up. Here we go.
Off play action. Blankenship. Got a man over the middle, and it's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before getting this inside the 30. That goes for a gain of 31.
Left. Watch left.
Off the play fake. Blankenship. A swing pass caught. A really nice gain of 25 yards. Still throwing the football here, even with the big lead.
Yeah, I know you and I came up in a different era, and we think about sportsmanship and all that. Other people think about fantasy points and getting their numbers. That's all they care about right now.
And he's going to get this back to the 3-yard line and no further. No gain on the play that time, and it sets up 2nd and goal. The 4th quarter here, they've got the lead. They want to keep it on the ground. That's what they're doing.
Smart football. Keep the clock grinding. Keep it going. But you got to figure now, they're going to see more people stacked up at the line of scrimmage as they try and bleed it out.
It'll go as no gain on the play, and now they're looking at a 3rd and goal. Both the run and pass still in play here on 3rd and goal from the 3. No gain on the play that time, so a big stop, and it's going to leave them with a 4th and goal.
Now, this feels like old-school football because this has turned into a good old-fashioned goal line stand. So on offense, what do you do now? Do you decide to run it or throw it if you go for it on 4th down?
Going to give this time to the tailback. And not only will he not get in, he's going to lose yardage. They stuff him back at the 4. They gave it to him in search of his third touchdown, but he's denied. And this Texans defense comes up with a goal line stand.
All right, now, lucky 56.
The defensive line disperses a little bit here, maybe expecting a pass.
Lucky 56. Here we go now.
From deep in their own territory, they look to throw. And this one will be taken up. They'll spot it right at the 7. Give him 3 on the play, and it'll be second down.
Watch left, watch left, watch left. He's tight right there.
Now a handoff here to his running back. So he got free of 1 tackle, but couldn't do a whole lot else. Call it a gain of 5 there on the run, but they'll remain a yard or 2 short here with third down coming up. And the defense searches for one more stop here after the run on second down.
Hurry up, here we go.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And he'll go down after losing yardage at the 10. That'll make it fourth down after a loss of 1.
Oftentimes when a guy has a game like this, he's going to take his offensive line out to dinner afterwards. But after a play like that, he may tell them, instead of getting the steaks, guys, we might have to go for the hot dogs.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And some room to work. And he's able to get this one all the way past the 30. That's good for 21 yards and a first down.
Brandon, this is why play callers get the big bucks. This wasn't a 4th and inches call. You get into situations like 4th and 3, 4th and 4. You've got a tough decision to make. Very gutsy play here, and they pick up the first down.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. They get 10 more there, and I believe that'll be enough for another first down. It will.
Woo! You got him. You got him. Now let's go. All right, now, lucky 50.
They'll set up to throw. He's going to look deep down, and he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off near the 29. And he'll take this across midfield and inside the 45. Both defenses have had their struggles, but they've been good enough to get them this lead, and another nice play there to help preserve the lead.
It's been a game of punch, counter punch, hasn't it? All throughout. But this time, the big swing was taken, and it didn't land. Nice play by them on defense.
And he's going to get this inside the 30. 16 yards that time on the pickup for the Jags and a first down.
Watch tight end, watch tight end. Tight right.
And the D-line punching together must be expecting the run. Looking to throw. Blankenship. This will be caught inside the 10. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. First down, Jacksonville. The passing game looking sharp on this drive for the Jags. From the gun, Blankenship. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Jacksonville. Turning into a really good performance on the road. Week 1, you're just hoping for that first win. It's tough to do it away from home, though, but they're looking strong.
It certainly is. Any road win in the NFL is a great road win. I mean, it just does not matter whether it's supposed to be tough or not. In this particular situation, how great will they feel leaving with a win on the road against a tough opponent?
Little work still to do, though. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he will be brought down here at about the 17-yard line. And now out comes Houston. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, it totally didn't affect me. Just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. And to give this time to the tailback. What a spin. Oh, and now he bowls him over. Gets this to the 24 for a gain of 4.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice gain like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
third down, they'll try and pick it up with a counter. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. A loss of a yard, and it brings up fourth. A critical one here if they're going to have any shot at this thing. So they'll go for it on fourth down. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's able to pick up the first before he's taken down at the 27. 4 yards on the pickup. And on fourth down, they're able to convert and move the sticks.
Yeah, baby. Boom.
Time for a break. Back to finish it off on EA Sports after this. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll push his way forward to about the 32. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down. Now they got to get to the line quickly.
This drive is pretty clear. Almost feels like old-school fundamentals, doesn't it? Want to impose their will on the defense with 5 straight runs?
Yeah, 5 straight carries to start this drive, and like you said, the way it's working, they may just stick with it. And he'll be limited to a short gain up to about the 34-yard line. It'll be a pickup of a couple, and it leaves them with a 3rd and 3. And the defense searches for one more stop here after the run on second down.
Here we go now.
Back to throw here. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. And they're indeed going to go for it here on fourth down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out.
Here we go. 3-19.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And he will have a first down as they get him to the ground at the 37. They'll give him a yard on the play, and they're able to convert here on 4th and inches.
Right. He's tight right here. He's tight on the right. Hurry up. Here we go.
So the D-line's going to spread out. Now they'll run it on the toss. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. They get 14 on that one. Good for a Houston first down.
Something got lost in translation in this game. He's run the ball really well, done all the things that you want in a game plan, but unable to convert it into points, unable to ring the bell consistently enough to make it a winning effort.
20. And he's in. Touchdown, Houston. A big play there. 49 yards. And the Texans cut into that lead.
And yeah, that touchdown counts for their team, but I think it counts more for the fantasy guys, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's just something maybe positive to look at on film, but this one's over, let's be honest.
Yeah, I agree with you totally on that one.
On the NFL scoreboard, they've gone to the 4th in Cincinnati. Now, you saw the score at the bottom of your screen a moment ago. We got a good one going on there. A win would be their first of the young season. The Jags offense now gets set and heads back onto the field. They have the dream scenario you hope for coming into the game. Just one kneel here, and this game should be over.
And it's always the final play of preparation each week. The practicing of the kneel-down formation, the victory formation. We've got a game in hand, and that's all they're going to want to do now, to put someone back deep just in case something goes haywire. But all in all, take the snap, kneel down, and shake hands. Yes, get out of there.
And he'll be brought down here at the 28. And before this second down play, we'll get a whistle, a signal, and a timeout. That'll leave him with just one remaining in this 4th quarter of play. And he'll give it here to his running back. He finds an opening past the 40. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. And now we won't see a play on first down. We're going to get a timeout instead. It'll be their 3rd and final timeout, so as they talk things over, we'll step aside. That one looks like he'll throw here. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off near the 42.
Well, this is a defense that can confuse even the best of quarterbacks with their zone schemes. And here you've got a linebacker that's going to stay at home and just sit down in that zone. And this one basically comes right to him.
Interception!
And the defense definitely showing blitz here. Now they'll run it on the toss. And he's brought down. And partner, this first week...
Hello, everyone. I'm Larry Ridley. You're tuned into the NFL on EA Sports. As we head towards kickoff, two quarterbacks will be on the field today trying to push their team to victory. It's the Jaguars going up against the Celtic Tigers.
All right, Larry, thank you very much. It's the National Football League presented by EA Sports. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Jacksonville Jaguars and the Dublin Celtic Tigers. And he will be marked down right there at the 20-yard line.
Switch. Ohio. Check 24. Ohio. Let's go. Double up. And
he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. The Jags picking up the first down there, a gain of 12. This running game so important for them, and they know that. It helped lead them to a victory last week when he was over 100 yards.
Let's face it, it's their identity, and that's what they want to play to. They want to be that team that runs the ball really well each and every week, and right now we're seeing a pretty good pattern of that happening.
And he'll get this only up to about the 35. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
Not much happening there on first down.
I thought there might have been a hole for a split second.
Yeah, but it dried up pretty quickly, didn't it? Closed fast.
Now it's 2nd and 7.
Tight, watch left. Tight, watch left. Hurry up, here we go.
Off play action. Blankenship. Now he's flushed out left. Throwing the out route incomplete. It's Walters. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. A very nice pickup of 33 yards. And now a first down following that long gain.
Tight left. Hurry up, here we go. Gun. Black 99 Philly, here we go.
Back to throw. Blankenship throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And the ball is knocked out, and the defense will get their hands on it, going the other way. So a first quarter fumble in the rain, and this isn't supposed to let up. They've had flash flood warnings just west of here, so they better get used to this.
And it's hard to do real early in the game because you're so amped up and you're trying to do so much. You've got to get used to it, though. You've got to focus in on the ball, make sure you're taking care of it. That one cost them.
And now before this first down play, we're going to get a timeout here. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter.
Double tight. All right, now, look at Leopard.
And he's going to be stopped here on this first play as he gets it to the line of scrimmage and no more.
Hey, switch gears.
Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down.
You got tight.
So 2nd and 10 here. Possible run anticipation here as the D-line sandwiches together. Now before this second down play, we'll get whistles and a timeout. And that's their second charge timeout here in this first quarter. They're down to 1 remaining.
Check 99. Here we go now. Blue 90. Watch you now, Barney.
Mike.
No. Check. Patriot.
Going to give this time to the tailback. He gets them a little over half of what they needed. Now they're looking at a 3rd and 5.
You know what really fires up offensive linemen? When the guy that is carrying the ball behind them can create his own space and break a tackle along the way.
Go, run! Detroit! Leopard! Black 99 Philly, here we go!
And not a whole lot doing there as he'll get it up to about the 28-yard line. Just a 1-yard gain on the play, and that'll mean a call to the punt team as it's 4th down.
Leopard! Leopard!
We got three.
Now let's go! Detroit! Detroit!
Let's go.
Leopard! Leopard!
Watch the ass.
Detroit! Detroit! Detroit!
Kill. Shift.
Set! 319!
Check.
Back 99 Philly! Here we Detroit! Go! Detroit!
Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively. That's to his running back, complete.
Check 43.
A little too much extracurricular there.
When you have a game with a lot of contact, tensions are going to run pretty high. You're going to be emotional, but you have to harness it somehow, and he didn't on that play.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And he's going to get this one down to the 45. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down.
Partner, I think from our experience together, we have learned that most offensive coordinators are going to tell you, if I'm going to run the football on first down, I've got to get at least 4 yards. They got 5 here. They got to feel pretty good about that one.
Mike 99. No. Check. Patriot. No. Check.
On second down, they'll try and run the counter. And this time, the yards won't come so easy as they'll, in fact, tackle him behind the line. They'll lose a yard, and it brings up third.
Yeah, baby. Boom.
And on third down, a nickel formation here defensively.
Tight right.
All right, here Gun!
Alert.
No. Check.
Watch 20.
Detroit!
He'll look to throw. Completes it to Dixon. And he's able to get it to the 31, and that's enough for the first. It's a pickup of 16 there, and it'll lead to a new set of downs.
Boom. Bus stop.
Back 99 here we go. Over.
They run the counter now on first down. And after the good gain last. Play this time they say as he's going to be stopped behind the line of scrimmage. And a long way to go for the offense here on second down.
Double tight.
Now let's go. Green. No. Check. Patriot.
Three down.
All right, now look at 56. Leopard.
And he'll give it here to his running back. No dice this go around. He's hit behind the line and taken down. He lost 2 there, and it's third down.
Wow, that play got shut down in a hurry.
As soon as the snap came, you could see defensively they were just closing in. That was going nowhere.
Yeah, you count on your offensive line to give you a little bit of space, a little bit of time so you can make a move. There was none there for him.
Now on third and long, they'll look to throw. Forced out to his left. Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. And he'll be a little shy of the 25 here at the 26-yard line.
Well, that's certainly playing down in distance very well by the defense, isn't it? Take whatever you want underneath, by all means.
Oh, nope, never had a chance. Well to the right, no good. And this will remain a scoreless game.
I tell you, it's not easy kicking field goals in the best of conditions. You add in a downpour like we're in right now, it makes it that much harder. And sure enough, they can't convert here.
Going to give this time to the tailback. And he'll get this up to about the 40. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
That run right there was an offensive line coach's dream, wasn't it? Guys picked up all of their assignments, created a nice gap for the running back to get through, pick up 7 yards. Yeah, he's probably chortling on the headset right now saying, we got it going, boys. Let's keep it going.
Detroit! Let's go! Watch him now,
A handoff as they run the counter play. And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36. That'll be a loss of 4 yards on the play. And that'll make it 3rd down. Sanders in motion right. To throw on 3rd down. Blankenship. And he finds a man on the crossing route. A big one there for the Jags. 18 yards, 1st down. And, boy, they had high praise for this rookie receiver when we asked the coaches about him, didn't they?
They certainly did, and obviously they liked his measurables. Otherwise they wouldn't have brought him onto the team. Height, weight, speed, all of that. But how about what they really said? Competitiveness. That's what they really liked about him. The way he goes after the football, competes for it, and decides when it's in the air, it's his and only his. What I loved about meeting with these coaches before the game is we didn't even have to ask any questions. They told us that they were going to be aggressive and push the ball downfield. They weren't successful on that play, but look for them to try it again later.
They get 6 here after the incompletion, and it'll leave them with a 3rd and 4.
Run.
And the defense searches for one more stop here after the run on 2nd down.
Leopard! All right, here we go.
From the gun on 3rd down. Blankenship looking for Sanders, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 33. And his guys are going to take over at the 34-yard line. That's now his 2nd interception in as many weeks from his linebacker position.
And think about all the different techniques he has to employ in a passing situation. Is he spot dropping because it's zone? Is he picking up man-to-man? Is he having to run with a running back or a tight end? In any event, great eyes, head on a swivel, and excellent hands.
Yeah, versatility and showing those hands. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
Well, he hasn't made much of an impact in the running game thus far, and after that last run, not much is going to change in that area.
He hasn't been able to get anything going, and really the offensive line not helping him much. And he puts his head down and gets up to the 42 for a gain of about 6.
Offensive linemen love creating space for their guys carrying the ball, but when that guy also breaks tackles and creates extra yardage, they almost feel like he's one of them, and they really embrace him.
Now they try the right side here. And he's got a 1st down as he's up to the 48. 5 yards is the pickup there as that extends this drive. Well, after an interception, last thing you want to do is go 3 and out, give the ball right back. They avoided that.
Yeah, you definitely do not want to do that. I remember in college I played with a really big-time player on defense. We ended up getting an interception as we passed the offense coming out. He told him, if you don't take care of this football, you have to answer to me later. You definitely want to take care of it, pick up 1st downs.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And he's brought down. And a nice carry there of 15 yards.
We use the word relentless a lot with guys who are aggressive on the field. In this case, it really fits, doesn't it? How about his ability to break tackles and his feet never stop moving?
Watch him now, Barney.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
Let's talk a little football 101 here, because one of the keys to advancing the ball downfield, success on 1st down. Huge difference, as we know, between 2nd and 4 and 2nd and 8 and 9.
Over! No. Leopard! Gun!
On 2nd down, they'll try and run the counter. And they'll lose a yard that time, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down.
That goes down as a loss against his rushing stats. But really, should he have to absorb that one? He had no chance on that play before they overwhelmed him.
Pretty much on top of him before he could take his first step. And he'll go down at the 28. He'll wind up getting 4 yards there on his own, but it also brings up 4th down.
And, partner, I would guess that in his headset he was hearing from his coach, it's 3rd down, don't take a sack. And in this case, he's able to avoid the pressure and get out of there. He doesn't get the first down, but he does turn a possible loss into positive yardage.
3-19! Detroit! Watch him now, Barney! Here we go now!
Let's get this ball back for the offense. Let's go!
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. Completes it to Dixon. A great effort there to shed the contact, and it helps him pick up the first. It'll be a gain of 15 on the play, and they're able to pick up the conversion here on 4th down. Clock running, under 4 to play now as they come up on 1st and 10.
Set!
They go play action here on 1st down. Throwing middle, but it's incomplete.
But one thing that I've liked defensively is that they've shown him a lot of different looks here in the first half. They've come after him. They've sat back. I think that's what you need to do to keep an offense guessing.
And they certainly have kept them on their toes. That's why they haven't had much success on the scoreboard. Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10.
I tell you, Brandon, this defense is playing with some confidence. Haven't allowed a point yet. Flying to the football. I'm telling you, it's almost 11 to the ball on every snap. Another nice job there to force an incompletion.
This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10.
Set! 3-19!
They'll send a receiver in motion left.
Watch him now, Barney!
Back to throw. Oh, it's a touchdown if he holds on. Instead, it's 4th down.
Well, that was certainly an aggressive call and an aggressive play. Instead of just going for the first down, took the shot in the end zone, went for the touchdown.
And on 3rd down, they said, forget about the sticks. We want 6. And, Charles, they get the field goal. Took them a dozen plays, though.
Work with me on this one. You know what I'm about to say, right? Bend but don't break. That's what came into play here for the defense. 12 plays were run at them. They only gave up 3 points. In a lot of ways, that's a win for the defense.
And out now comes Jacksonville as they get ready to go. And job one here, Charles, just keep possession of the football. 2 drives, 2 turnovers to this point.
You're exactly right, Doctor. Hippocratic oath. First, do no harm. And right now, they're harming themselves on offense.
I like that. No one is mistaking me for a doctor, though. But thank you, Dr. Davis. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. Now the ball comes loose. And this will be scooped up by the defense. And they'll start with great field position at the 41-yard line. And maybe that one caused by the weather. Of course, the rain coming down. Charles, can you maybe, when you're carrying that football, grip it too tight in the rain?
I think that you can, and it's such a delicate balance, too, because when you grip it so tight, sometimes it'll slip out from your body. You squeeze it too hard, and it'll pop out on its own. I've actually had running backs talk to me about that when they've tried too hard, even in perfect conditions, the ball gets away from them. They've got to find that good balance, carrying it firmly, yet at the same time under control.
Now let's go!
They'll look to throw here on first down.
That's what I'm talking about.
His throw caught right around the 6. And they do get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. And a nice gain of 21 yards.
Two times.
Over! Back 99! All right, here we go! Watch it now, Barney! Back 99! No.
Tighten up.
Leopard! Watch it now, Barney! All right, now, look at 56.
Gonna give this time to the tailback. And this time the yards won't come so easy as they'll, in fact, tackle him behind the line. This will be a 2-yard loss on the play. And that'll bring up a 2nd and goal.
No. All right, now, look at 56.
Now a handoff as they run left side. And he's going to press this one forward as they stop him right around the 1. Give him right around 4 on the carry. We'll see if they want to keep pounding here on 3rd and goal.
We got 4. We got 4.
They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning.
Detroit!
Let's see if they do it anyway.
Watch edge. Here we go, back 99 Philly. He's crashing. He's chasing.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And hit behind the line. He lost the football. It's loose. And the Jags grab it. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. The Jaguars offense now heads back onto the field. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, you had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership.
Here we go now.
Off the play fake. Blankenship. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 22. And he'll be down at the 6-yard line. Well, they were obviously backed up. Had a little bit of space from the goal line, snapping it from the 3, but still try to throw it. And
yeah, exactly. This is where hindsight is 20/20 comes into play, right? Seems like a good idea to throw the ball there. Maybe you'll surprise them and catch them off guard. Instead, you created a turnover and put your defense in a bad spot.
And now here's a carry heading left. And he goes backwards on this one, losing yardage to the 7. It'll be a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd and goal. Looking to throw. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off down near the 5. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. This defense had 3 interceptions last week. They're on pace for more than that here, 2 in the first half.
Do not adjust your set. This is not instant replay. This is a defense that is locked in. They're essentially running the routes for the receivers and turning it into the receivers themselves, aren't they?
And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down.
I think most quarterbacks would love to have the goal line actually extend up into the air and turn into a wall. They can put their back against it and know exactly where they are on the field so they don't end up in the end zone. Didn't do it on that play, but perilously close to the goal line.
To throw from his end zone. Blankenship. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And he's only able to get it to right around the 3. Only a yard there. Sniffed out well defensively, and it brings up 3rd.
I wonder what was going through his mind when he got the play call. He just got sacked on the previous play. He knows they're coming after him again. A little bit of guts to stand in there, take the hit, and successfully complete the screen pass. Really well done.
They'd like to avoid punting from their own end zone so they could use something here on 3rd down. Operating from the gun. Blankenship. And unable to connect on the long pass. It falls down incomplete.
Well, the fans should be applauding this defense right now. That's an excellent job. They force a 3 and out, and they should be able to set up their guys with great field position, probably near midfield or better.
And he's able to get it out of there. And he'll take it on this side of midfield. They'll net only 35 here following a 43-yard boot, 8-yard return. And this offense, they're going to have excellent field position. They take over with a 1st and 10 on the short side of the field.
Double tight, guys, double tight. Hurry up, here we go. Gun! All right, now, lucky 56.
Now a handoff as they run left side. And he's able to get this one down to about the 40. 5 yards is the tally on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
Frustrating for a defense, energizing for an offense. Finding a way to create that type of yardage in your running game, that'll make the guys carrying the ball very, very happy.
Detroit!
And he'll give it here to his running back. And he'll get inside the 40 to maybe the 38-yard line. So we've hit halftime. You folks don't know what you're missing. You're missing Larry Ridley. Ready to get back, though, to this Week 2 matchup. Let's get to it. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This one taken just inside the 10. Oh, look at that.
Oh, look at him turn.
A first half update now from Philadelphia. It's the Colts in that one that have grabbed the early lead. And we'll keep you abreast of how that one shakes out.
Double tight, double tight.
Watch you now, boy. All right, here we go. No. Check. Patriot. All right, now look. Control. Over. Left back 99 Philly. Gun.
He's coming, double up.
Over.
And he'll give this time to the tailback. And he'll get this one up to the 26. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
Tough day. Tough sledding right there, and it's been that way the entire game. Not a whole lot of room to ramble for him.
Yeah, you're right. It's been that way all afternoon. Didn't get a whole lot better there. On play action, they'll throw. Rolling to his left. And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's 3rd down. A pretty good coverage there, and both of these defenses, they've had good coverage throughout this one.
No doubt about it, and in today's NFL, where we're used to a bit more scoring, this feels almost like a well-pitched game in baseball on both sides, where the tension continues to build. Who's going to make the big play?
He's going to loft one deep left side here. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 18. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. First possession of the 3rd quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Blankenship. Walters with a grab over the middle. And he will finally be taken down, but not before he reaches the 38. A big 3rd down play there for the Jags. 41 yards.
4 down. Detroit! All right, here we go. Blue line, back 99 Philly, here we go.
On first down, Blankenship. Throw left side complete. It's Walters. And he's going to get this inside the 30. 11 more yards that go around, a first down as well.
When this offense can get their tight ends involved, they can move the football. Here, nice route, able to look it in, and picks up the first down.
And he was able to shed the tackle, but the reserves come in for the stop. 5 yards on the carry, good pickup on first down.
And there's a run to be happy with. Good, solid yardage. You'll take that anytime you hand the ball to a back.
To throw on 2nd down, Blankenship, and that is incomplete.
Let's face it, perfection is something we all chase, whether it's playing this game or whatever we do. Hard to attain, but that's what they were searching for as that pass goes incomplete.
Looking to throw, Blankenship. And he will get this into the end zone for a Jaguar touchdown. Good start to the season for him. He had the touchdown last week in the opener and a second one in week 2 now.
How about the pace he's already established, right? Not sure he can keep it up for an entire season, but don't burst the bubble because he thinks that he can.
Do guys go into a season with a goal for touchdowns scored or yardage? What do you think?
I think every single one of the guys who's going to touch the football, they all have those types of goals. They all have those types of thoughts. And then they just have to see how the season unfolds if they can stay with it.
Unfolding so far so good for him. And he'll take this across the 25, couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. So out now comes the offense back onto the field. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Escaping the pressure right. And this is going to be caught, but they'll say out of bounds. So it's incomplete. So they took a shot on first down, but couldn't connect.
Double tight, double tight.
Hurry up, here we go.
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. He's going to find his running back. It's complete. And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. Call it a gain of 3. And all of a sudden here, it's 3rd down.
Hey.
Hurry up, here we go.
Four down.
Blue 90. Black 99 Philly, here we go.
Check 37.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. It's Williams on the catch. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down at a nice little gain. They get 7 there, but it brings up 4th.
No. Check. Let's go. Philly, here we go. 39.
Looks like the defense in press coverage here.
Shit. Over. Check 43. Over.
They're indeed going for it as they look to throw. He's got it. This is Ware. And all the way in for the touchdown. A big play there. His first touchdown of the new season. And his guys are able to strike for 6. Big 4th down conversion for the score, and the defense, that is a tough pill to swallow.
Big time for them. How about them just deciding to go for it on 4th down? And, forget the field goal, because that looked like an easy 3 points. Yeah, you might have had a defensive breakdown in there, but they pressed the issue and found a way to get it into the end zone. Give them big credit for that.
Out comes the Jacksonville offense as they get set to take over here. And they're going to need another score. Got one last time, but still down here.
When you're playing catch-up, every possession becomes crucial, doesn't it? It's vital. Get back out on the field, punch it in the end zone again. They know it's not easy, but what they do have going for them, they did score the last time. They think they've got a good formula working.
And what about the defense?
Well, now you're just saying to yourself, okay, we gave up a score last time. What adjustments do we need to make to slow them down now and get the ball back for our own offense? Is it more pressure? Is it more zone? What do they have to do? They're trying to figure that out themselves.
We'll see if they can figure that out right here. And he'll scratch out only about a yard up to the 32.
This is what happens sometimes when you abandon the running game. It's hard to get back to it because once guys get out of that mentality of firing out and hitting people, hard to get them started again occasionally.
A bullet throw, but incomplete.
I would dare say that these guys would have liked to have given their defense a little bit more rest since they gave up a touchdown their last time out. But alas, my man, that's not going to happen.
Yep, they're going to have to grab those helmets, get right back out there. Now, the offense is not leaving the field. They're going to stay out and go for it on 4th and 3.
Hurry up.
They'll try and throw for it here. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. Boy, a curious decision to go for it. Doesn't pan out. And the ball will go over on downs on the short side of the field. Really nice starting field position here for the offensive unit.
Over. All right, here we go. 3-19. 3-19. No. Check. Patriot. Set. Blue 90. Leopard. Check. Lucky. All right, now, Lucky 56. Lucky 56. No. Check. Patriot.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. Toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete.
Brandon, it looked like he had his hands on it for a moment, but let's face it, that was going to be a tough catch all the way because of the presence of the defense right there as he was trying to haul it in.
Yeah, nice job to force the incompletion. So they're still at the original line of scrimmage here. 2nd down and 10.
Right. He's tight right here. He's tight on the right. All right, here we go. Watch him now, Barney. Black 99 Philly. Here we go.
He'll drop to throw. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down. The turnover put them in great field position. They don't want to squander it with 3rd down coming up.
No, not at all. And you know what else you do? You make your defense mad.
Yeah.
They got you the football, gave you a great opportunity. You got to cash in and get some
Green,
points.
39. Watch him now, Barney. Switch it. Watch him now, Barney.
Now back to throw.
Watch safety green.
Yeah, he's got it. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Almost not fair. The big guy running the corner route, being able to lean and push and get to where he wants.
So how do you stop it?
A lot of times you want to have a linebacker on him, a bigger body guy who can handle him physically, but a lot of times that doesn't work as well because his quickness often wins the route.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And this is going to be intercepted. Snags it for the pick. And nothing there on the return. They've got the football, but they'll have to start this drive at their own 4-yard line.
That's it, baby.
As much football as we watch, we've seen this work many times. In the red zone, first down, take a shot at the end zone, and points result. In this case, though, give credit to the defense. They outguessed them, were prepared, and intercepted the pass.
A free 5 yards as the defense jumps.
I know it's an anticipation game for them, but it's also a reaction game, and they reacted poorly on that one.
Back to throw. Blankenship. Sanders has it over the middle. A good pickup there, a 22. Right after the turnover, they come out throwing.
And that means it's a sudden change situation. We used to practice it on defense. Sudden change, get out there, stop the offense. But you typically run out there a little bit unsettled. I think that's why he came right out throwing the football, hoping to catch him off balance.
And he did. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. That one goes for 24 yards. And now here's a carry heading left. Flashed the stick skills, but didn't get a ton from it. Stopped short of the 35. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on second and short.
Hey, alert 3, alert 3. All right, here we go.
Off play action. Blankenship. That is caught right at the 10-yard line. A really good pickup of 28 yards.
That's it, baby.
So the defense blitzed. A nice job picking that up, completing the pass.
And how in sync was the quarterback in the center on that play? They saw the blitz, made the appropriate calls, got the line engaged because now they know there are going to be extra guys coming at the quarterback, so they got their assignments down pat and kept them away from him, and he's able to step up in the pocket and fire one now for a really good strike.
Now they bring a receiver in motion right. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he pushes forward but comes up short of the goal line as he'll get a yard down to about the 1.
His path became similar to almost running a stretch play, didn't it? Trying to find a crease, anywhere to put his foot in the ground and cut back. It just never materialized.
The offense on third down, 2 for 5 to this point. This is third and goal. And he's not even going to get back to the line of scrimmage. That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1.
I know a field goal ties it, but I'm not just tempted to go for it. I say do it. At this spot of the field, go get the touchdown.
They're turned away on 4th and goal. And the ball will go over on the goal line stand. Now this offense ready to head back out there. And with 3 interceptions thrown already, we'll see. Do they rely more on the ground game here?
They may have to change things offensively to try and settle things down, not just for the guy throwing the ball, but for the rest of the offensive unit, because his confidence has to be shaken a little bit. And you just wonder, is the backup going to start to warm up a little bit over on the sideline?
They'll send a receiver in motion to the left. The play action fake. They'll look to throw. Going up top. And that one incomplete. They try to sneak in a deep ball with the clock running down, but to no avail as time will expire on this third quarter of play. This offense so far on third down, they're hitting at just 30%, 3 for 10. This is 3rd and 9.
We got 3, fellas, we got 3.
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. And look at this, they get the turnover they needed, it's intercepted.
You see me out here?
Read it well, and it's picked. And they've got it very deep in enemy territory. It's inside the 5 at the 3-yard line, 1st and goal. 1st and goal at the 3-yard line now.
Detroit! Detroit!
They come out here in the
Here we go
eye.
now.
Now a handoff looking right. And he's going to get this back to the 3-yard line and no further. They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd and goal. And this defense continues to give them fits. They just can't get really anything going on the ground, can they?
I love the theme that you just brought up. This defense has been tough all game long against the run. We just saw another example of it there.
And from the 3 now, it's 2nd and goal. And he'll take this into the end zone. Touchdown, Jacksonville.
Get there, get there.
A great effort there. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Jaguars have moved out in front here in the 4th quarter. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
Good job.
Out comes this offensive unit as they get set to take over here. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. I had one tell me once, when we were having a tough patch, this too shall pass, this too shall pass. And finally we kept having a rough patch. He said, but you've got to do something to make it pass. And that's what they have to do. They've got to get some control back, get themselves reasserted, and calm things down.
See if they can get calm and reassert themselves here. Offense staying ahead of the chains here, 2nd and 3.
Gun! Back 99 Philly, here we go!
Now a handoff as they run left side. Give them 3 yards and a fresh set of downs.
So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football in that situation. That's almost a tendency breaker.
So the run gets them the first, and now they operate with a fresh set of downs.
Now let's go! All right, now. Over! Watch it now, Barney! Gun!
A handoff as they run the counter play. And he'll grab a gain of 5 out of this up to the 41-yard line.
Now that's exactly what you want on a first down run. Pick up 5 yards, bring up 2nd and 5. The defensive line, though, they've got to figure out a way to out-leverage the guys up front because the offensive line is winning at the point of attack.
Detroit! 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 No, check. Patriot! Hot! He comes to blitz! Come on,
They'll bring a receiver in motion left. Now a handoff here to his running back. And some room to roam now.
Yeah, baby!
And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. That one's good for 35 yards on the ground and a first down. So the run moves the chains, and here we go on first down.
Cut his left.
All right, now, look at... All right, here watch you now, Barney! Over!
They'll send a receiver in motion to the right. And now here's a carry heading left. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards.
Over! Roy! Lay down! Double tight!
Now a play fake here on first down. He's going to go for a big play downfield. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.
What's that?
It wasn't an interception.
Wow. You're a nice guy. That was kind of savage. But correct. No pick, just incomplete that time.
We got 3. All right, here we go. Blue, 90. Leopard.
Check 49.
Over.
Check 49.
Gun.
Slam.
Back to throw here.
Check.
This will be caught inside the 10. And he is hit pretty hard from the side as he's knocked down. So after that big play, let's see if they can catch their defense maybe on their heels.
Tight end right. Set. Green, 39. Hey. We got 3. All right, now look at 56. Back there. Detroit. Gun.
Slam.
All right, now look at 56. Leopard. All right, now look at 56.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. No gain on the play that time, and it sets up 2nd and goal.
Now, I can't imagine any celebrations being any bigger than your first NFL touchdown. And this rookie running back is still seeking his. He's not going to get it on that play.
Now let's go. Green.
And the slot man goes in motion left.
Leopard. Detroit.
Watch the twist.
Back 99 Philly.
25.
Gun.
Now they'll throw here out of the gun.
Watch it.
Dancing. Oh, no, he lost the football. And the Jags grab it. And he'll return it to the 24-yard line. And they had it there so close to the goal line, a chance to take it across, claim the lead here in the 4th. Boy, that was a big mistake.
It really was, and as much as I want to give credit to the defense for making a play, I do tend to agree with you. That mistake, that's a chance to go in and take the lead. I mean, you're in great shape, yet you don't take care of the football.
It got his man complete.
Keep it up, guys.
A gain of 39 that time.
Blitz.
Well, we know he's got the speed there. He needed the speed and the hands. A great catch.
And because of that speed, you have to respect it as a defender. So you have to either play off or make sure you're somehow in contact with him. And he's able to do exactly what you said. Use the speed to his advantage and go up and get the football. That's a big-time play right there. Well, I know it goes against the instincts of the person catching the ball because all you're ever taught is catch the football, don't drop it.
But drop it there.
Yeah, in that situation, dropping it would have been better. End up losing yardage, even though they completed the pass.
As good as a sack.
Yeah, how about that? Although they won't get the same credit for it, and it won't help him at contract time. Well, he did a nice job keeping his eyes downfield, waiting for someone to get open. But once the pressure forced his eyes down to see the rush, it was time to make a break for it.
One of the bigger plays in the game thus far. The crowd getting into it as we come up on a big 3rd down. Off the play fake. Blankenship. Got a man. He finds Sanders. And he will have the first before he's brought down right on the chalk of the 20. First down, Jacksonville. The passing game looking sharp on this drive for the Jags. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Jacksonville. A great play there with his 2nd touchdown of the game, 4th of the year. And the Jaguars add on to their lead. And it's up and good. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. And now back out comes the offense. And so close to hitting pay dirt last time, fumbling down near the goal line. Now, how does that affect their psyche this time around?
It's a tester, that's for sure, because to be that close and come away with no points is really disappointing, not just for the guys on offense, but the defensive players, too, who thought, hey, we're going to put some points up and have a little momentum going. They've got to find a way to just get it out of their minds, let it go,
short-term memory,
and move on to the next series.
All right, here we go.
And they'll send the slot in motion left.
Come get some. Come get some. Come on here. Come
No.
get some.
Check. Patriot. No. Check. Patriot.
Back to throw now on 2nd and 10.
Put your hand on him. Get
He's got his man on the crossing route. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
Here we go.
They'll bring a receiver in motion right.
Over. Be afraid of me. You better be afraid of me. Shift.
Time for a break. We'll come back and see this one out after this.
Watch tight. Tight end right.
Set.
They'll bring a receiver in motion left.
Leopard.
Stay at home.
Over. All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky.
They'll look to throw now on first down. And the throw left sideline here is caught, but they'll rule it incomplete. Couldn't keep his feet in. Second down. When tapping those toes, he tried to get both in bounds. He could not do it, though.
In tap dance parlance, could not complete the shuffle. All right, needed to get that shuffle down with both feet, not just one.
Is that what they say?
There it is. You know, put a little sand down on the stage.
I'll take your word for it, my man.
Check.
He's going to let it fly. And this is taken in at the 5. And he will take this one in for a touchdown. A big play there. His first touchdown here of the new campaign. And his guys have made this a one-score game now.
Here we go. Green 30.
Odd. 5 down. Stand up in.
Leopard.
Say.
Over.
Back to throw. Now he'll escape to his left. And this is caught. They got it.
Switch.
And that could be an important 2 points. It gets him back within a field goal. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This one taken from the 7. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. Here comes the Jaguars offense as they get set to go again. And they were able to punch it in the end zone last time. They'll be looking to do that again here for the defense. Obviously, they'll be looking to stop them from punching it back in the end zone.
It always is punch-counter-punch, isn't it? And which team has the advantage? Well, let's just go back. Last time on offense, they rolled downfield, got into a good rhythm. You can see a little more bounce in and out of the huddle. You can see the sideline really get into the game. So defensively, you're thinking to yourself, how do we take that away from them? How do we get the advantage back? Let's see what they come up with. I think pressure is always the first way to go.
You love pressure.
I love it.
We'll see if they dial it up this drive.
Hey, tight end's right. Watch tight end. 3 down.
Here we go.
They run a draw here on second down. And that didn't fool anybody. He's going to be dropped in the backfield. Now, defensively here, we're going to get a timeout. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. The Jaguars on third down. 3 for 7 so far in this game. This will be 3rd and 6.
Now let's go. Blue landing.
In motion is Guy.
Move.
Watch him now, Barney. Gun. No. Check. Patriot.
On third down, Blankenship. Wide open receiver complete. Past the 20. Touchdown, Jaguars. A big play there. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Jaguars add 6 to their lead.
Well, it'd be real easy to say that they are firmly in control right now, but I'm looking at your face and I'm thinking I've got to be careful with that.
Well, it's a 2-score game. You're inside of 2 minutes. I think you can breathe relatively easily now.
Yeah, you can, but still, you got to stay vigilant. Can't give up anything cheap and easy. That could put you in some jeopardy.
And And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Now this offensive unit ready to see what they can do here. They might be thinking this is close to a lost cause here. Got to play it out. What do they need to do?
Well, they have a thought process in mind already, but they can't get ahead of themselves. They know they need to score quickly.
Yeah, two-score game.
Onside kick and get the ball back and then score again, but they can't worry about the last 2 points. The only thing that matters is scoring quickly, then they'll take it from there.
It'll be a pickup of 10 yards. And it'll be second and very short. They'll run it now out of the gun. Only a gain of a yard there, but it indeed gets them a new set of downs. First down now, but the clock continues to move. They'll set up to throw. And he's got his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And he takes this one into the end zone, and all of a sudden, here in the final minute, things get a little bit tighter. Okay, game on. Don't go anywhere yet. You got a one-score game now. Probably going to rely on the onside kick coming up.
Yeah, they have to. It's not a high-percentage play, but it's better than not having a chance at all. And that's when you put your...
And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. So with under 30 seconds to play, this is the game right here. On the NFL scoreboard, they're in the fourth quarter in Philadelphia. And it was the Eagles that wound up winners in that one. A win would be their second on the young season. And this is going to be recovered by the Jaguars. And that should just about do it. Well, fourth quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
So the incomplete pass brings up second down.
Watch it now, Barney!
That one looks like he'll throw here. And that is incomplete. Down to 15 seconds now. He has had a great game defensively. He's been east-west, north-south, everywhere.
Yeah, and I love how you describe that, because to be a great defender, you have to be able to move up and back, sideline to sideline, and he's been fantastic. Reminds me of a young Charles Davis when he was playing Madden.
Absolutely. Oh, wow. I thought you were going on the field, but okay, I see you. And now we'll get a timeout here. They're able to stop it with 1 second to go in this game. And here's a big one now. Trying to hold this lead. They're going to go for it here on fourth down. Off play action. Blankenship. Buying time to his left. Left side here to Sanders. And he gets the first down yardage before he's brought down just outside the 10 at the 11. Well, Charles, the forecast called for rain throughout the entire game, and we got rain throughout the entire game. But these two teams...
Hello, everybody. I'm Larry Ridley. This is Madden 18 on EA Sports. It's hard to imagine this not being a fun game to watch. It's the Bulls going up against the Jaguars. With that, let's welcome in our fine broadcast team. Here are Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
The children will groan. It's the final weekend of summer, but we've got the NFL, and we're underway on EA Sports. This will be fielded at the 8. And he'll take this across the 25, couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. After an excellent punt, this offense in a tough spot down inside their own 5.
Over, back 99, Philly, here we go. Set, green, 39. Detroit.
And he will forge his way forward only up to the 2-yard line. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down. So the offense looking at a second and 8.
Lucky 56. Sponge. Here we go now.
Now they try the right side here. They find some open field here. And they'll get him down up past the 15. North of 100 yards, the 2 scores. And, you got to give a lot of credit to the O-line. We talked a lot about him, but offensive line was good too.
They're obviously in sync with each other, whether it's zone blocking, power running game, no matter what. He understands how to read them and find the creases that they provide.
Something else, baby.
Good job, D. Good job. Good stop, baby. Good stop. Set. Green, 39. Green.
They go play action here on first down. Throwing the out route incomplete. It's Walters. And he'll go out of bounds across the 35-yard line. A good pickup there, a 22.
Not too many teams will use a first-round pick on a tight end, so you know that when one does, he's got to be pretty darn special.
A small example of why they took him in the first round there. Nice little catch and run to get the good yardage. So they took a shot on first down but couldn't connect.
The best receivers we know always tease their quarterbacks that, hey, no matter what you do, you cannot overthrow me. Well, guess what? That's exactly what happened on that play. Normally, they time it up pretty well, but on that one, he just overshot him.
He's going to float this. This is caught at the 20. Touchdown, Jaguars. A big play there. His 4th touchdown on the year. And we drop you into the start of this next possession. The score, 7-0. Off the play fake. Blankenship. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out, incomplete.
How about this offense already feeling good about themselves with a touchdown already in their first drive? They've certainly come out firing, even though that one was incomplete.
With the 7-0 lead, more apt to take a shot like that downfield?
Hey, you're one to the good. Go ahead and try and press your advantage.
A good pickup there, a 22. So after that big gain, let's see what else the offense has up its sleeve.
I got 11.
All right, here we go. Green, 39. Green, 39.
Off play action. Blankenship. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Mario Edwards in there to make the sack. He buries him for a loss of 10. Well, they go play fake. The problem is nobody was faked out.
And when no one's faked out, what's the end result? Quarterback gets hit.
And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. Give him 6 on the play. And it's going to be 3rd down and a ways to go here. 3rd and 14. And that looked like some pretty easy yardage there right up the gut.
And he's a guy that has some height to him. So when you don't have to drop a shoulder or create or get through contact or trash, makes it a lot easier to stay upright, see the field, and make a run as we just saw there. You know, every time we talk with people about the most important quality for a quarterback to have in the NFL, what do they usually cite?
Arm strength.
Yeah, and that's really way down on the list. Accuracy is one of the bigger ones, maybe the foremost one. That's what he needed on that play.
Now he's flushed out right. And this is going to be incomplete. The Jags come up empty on 4th down. And as a result, possession switches hands. So the football will be at the 25-yard line as this offense gets set to take over. The Jaguars getting set to go. Looking to throw. Blankenship. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. And there they bring pressure from the inside, and they get home.
Yeah, hard to block everyone, isn't it? And on this play, someone did not get blocked. He's the one who got home.
They just do get the playoff as he'll look to throw. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And he's unable to grab it. Thought he might have had position, couldn't hold on, 3rd down.
One thing I know from experience is that when the deep ball is thrown and you're the defender, you've got to fight that little bit of panic that emerges. You've got to play the ball really well. It's a 50-50 jump ball play. And guess what? They took a shot. How are you going to win it? And in this case, they managed to get it done.
And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
And you just know when that play call came in, their eyes lit up because anytime you get a chance to take a big shot downfield, that's a lot of fun, and they missed an opportunity.
Here we go. 3-19. No. Check, Patriot.
They're going to try and throw. And they will not be able to hook up there. It's incomplete. A surprising move to go. So the football will be at the 25-yard line as this offense gets set to take over. Here comes the Jaguars offense as they get set here. And last time we saw them go for it in kind of an unusual situation. It's not like it's a fourth quarter do or die. They went for it, didn't get it. We'll see how that affects them this go around.
Partner, I'm wondering if we're starting to see the effects of analytics coming into play here, where people are studying the number of possessions, how many times you should go for it, what position it leaves your team in. Maybe we're starting to see a little bit of that.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
We can't stop the franchise. Here we go now.
Off the play fake. Blankenship. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Walters. And he'll get it up here this time to the 21. They get only 4 that time as that leads us to a 4th down.
He wasn't ready. He wasn't ready.
Watch him now, Barney. Now let's go. Blue 90.
50, Mike's 50.
Blue 90.
Sanders in motion right.
Watch the run.
Black 99 Philly. Here we go.
Hey, he's coming to you. He's coming to you. Hey.
On 4th down. Blankenship going down the middle, and it's complete. A big one there for the Jags. 18 yards, first down.
Now let's go.
Off play action. Blankenship. And his throw here's incomplete. Well, not to get too overcritical there because he knows what he's doing, but his shoulders looked a little off kilter there when he threw that.
I don't think you're being overly critical there. You're just analyzing it, and he gets those shoulders right. That pass will go from incomplete to complete.
Here we go now.
Off the play fake. Blankenship. And he slings one that's incomplete. Well, too much oomph, too much mustard there on that pass.
Yeah, really turned it loose, didn't he? Really cut loose with that one. Sharp, strong. Didn't lead to a completion, though. Made it very difficult.
Off play action. Blankenship. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down. Normally, I'd say this will lead to a punt attempt, but this offense already shown in the first half that they'll go for it on 4th down.
Oh, they should have already said, punt it. Punt it. Head coach should have already made that decision.
Back to throw. Blankenship. And he's got Walters. Big catch. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. 26 yards on the pickup there. And the Jags are going to have a first down. From the gun, Blankenship. Flush to his right. And he finds a man on the crossing route. And he's brought down. Another big hitter there. This one good for 18.
Gun! Set! All right, now, look at 56.
Inside the red zone here. They'll look to throw. Flushed out right. And he just throws this one away. Smart decision here this close to the end zone, and it brings up second down.
What's the old adage? Be quick, but don't hurry. Well, that went right out the window there. He was hurried, harassed. That ball had to be gotten rid of, otherwise he's going to get sacked.
Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. Toward the right sideline, but it's incomplete.
Don't get nervous.
This drive, which was going so smoothly, all of a sudden it's a little bit of a roadblock here with 2 straight incompletions.
Yeah, apparently this defense has had enough. Apparently they're saying no more. We're making a stand right here, right now. But it is 3rd and 10. They've got to get after him one more time.
Looking to throw. Blankenship. And that will be incomplete as well. So now 4th down looming. Remember, these guys went for it on their last drive, but it didn't work out.
Yeah, even though it didn't work out, I would not be surprised at all if they went ahead and did it again.
You miss 100% of the shots you don't take.
Darn right.
So they get 3. They were. So the football will be at the 25-yard line as this offense gets set to take over. And now out come the Jags. Throwing to start the drive. Blankenship. And he rifles one incomplete. And tough to win games if you're going field goal here. They got field goal last time. Now they'll be looking for a touchdown.
They're looking for the big chunk now because, as you noted, the field goal way of doing it makes it that much harder and puts more pressure on every possession for you now. Go ahead and get 6 and feel a lot more comfortable about the position they're in.
Bigger chunks. We'll see if they can get the score. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
Feels like they're getting caught in between here because they didn't completions on 1st and 2nd down. Now you got to worry a little bit about the clock because you prefer not to give them another shot here in the first half. If you don't pick up the first down, guess what? You're likely going to have to.
On 3rd down, that's Hayes, and he will have a first down here at about the 40. That one a pickup of 15 for Jacksonville.
That's quite a spot there for his first carry of the game, but obviously they had plenty of faith in him, didn't they?
No question about it. And here, why not go with the fresh legs? Able to push forward, pick up that first. They'll send a receiver in motion left.
Go, bandit!
And now a first chance for the backup here to throw. He'll let this thing go for Sanders. And it drops down incomplete. Thought he might have had it. Instead, 2nd down.
And it is true. You can draft the fastest. You can draft the most athletic guys. But if they don't know the art of positioning, sometimes it's all for naught. In this case, in the right spot, helped force the incompletion.
Yeah, but had his hands on it for a second. Would have been a tough catch, though. Falls incomplete.
Here I come again.
Well, he kind of forced that one there, didn't he? It's almost like he predetermined where he was going to go with the football.
Yeah, he wasn't really going through progressions. He wanted to go to his top guy. You do that against this defense, they'll make you pay, won't they?
Yeah, they certainly will. They react very quickly to the thrown football.
And now maybe they want some extra time to talk about this 3rd and long play as we'll get a timeout. As it'll come with 36 ticks to go in half number 1. The Jaguars on 3rd down. They've had their troubles, just 1 for 6. This is 3rd and 10. On play action, they'll throw. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete. Well, he's been the guy, already over 100 yards here in the first half. Could have had a lot more if he would have been able to haul that one in.
Yeah, in fact, our statistician Marvin was already handing me a piece of paper with that yardage totaled on it. He thought that catch was going to happen just as you and I did as well.
They'll look to throw here. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Sanders. And now we won't see a play on first down. We're going to get a timeout instead, as the stoppage will come with 23 seconds to go till halftime. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Walters. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down. Fifth catch of the game for him there.
Yeah, and the tight end position is now becoming a volume pass catcher. Used to be occasional, right, safety valve. Throw one to him every so often, but mainly they want him out there to block. Nowadays, an integral part of the passing game, and they create such great mismatch.
And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off down at the 10. And some strong running.
All day, baby. Let's go. Let's go.
This offense ready to get back out there as they'll have the football to start the third quarter. Out come the Jaguars now as they'll go on offense first here in this third quarter. They have the ball looking for Sanders, and it's intercepted. He's picked off at his own 46. And he'll get this back to the 32-yard line. So the football will be at the 25-yard line as this offense gets set to take over. Out comes the Jaguar offense now as they get set to take over. And last time wasn't pretty. One play, nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
Good job.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
They'll look to throw. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And a hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
An attempt at a deep ball there. They didn't get it. But, boy, they're going to need a few of those to actually hit in order to get back into this game.
Good thing they do have a little bit of time here still left in the contest. Decent-sized deficit, but not one that they can't manage. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And a shot taken on third down, unsuccessful. Fourth down now.
Well, we're into the second half now, and this is an offense that continues to struggle to sustain a drive.
Looks like they're just totally out of sync, whether they're running the ball, passing the ball like we saw there. I don't know. The rhythm seems off. They're going to look to throw. Throw left side complete. It's Sanders. And unable to break away. They stop him a few yards. So the football will be at the 25-yard line as this offense gets set to take over. So the football will be at the 25-yard line as this offense gets set to take over. The Jags offense now gets set and heads back onto the field. They are right now just ice cold. I mean, they have struggled big time in this game, and they're getting blown out. How do they adjust? Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Mario Edwards in there to get him his second sack now of the afternoon. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. Over the middle, complete. It's short. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. They get 14 back, but it leads now to a third down. Back to throw. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. This offense has gone for it 5 times already. They're now going to go for a 6th fourth down try.
Wait, 20. 98. 98's the mic. Grip. 55. Bring it.
They're indeed going for it as they look to throw. And it is incomplete. Boy, a real head-scratcher there. And the ball will go.
Check 52.
So the football will be at the 25-yard line as this offense gets set to take over. The Jaguars offense now heads back onto the field. And on that last drive, went for it on fourth, turned it over. A good job by their defense, though. They held them to 3, but this offense, they've got to be a little bit better, a little bit more careful here.
And sometimes when you see these calls on fourth down, when they decide to go for it, it's not necessarily the coach saying, I believe in my offense. Sometimes the coach saying, I believe in my defense. I can afford to go for it here because if we don't get it, I don't think we'll give up more than...
This is caught inside the 15. Touchdown, Jaguars. A big play there. His first... We are in the fourth and final quarter as the offense will have the football starting this drive 1st and 10. Out comes the Jacksonville offense as they get set to take over here. Last time they were out, they scored. Still trailing here, though, so some work to do.
But it's okay in terms of mindset. Because they scored the last time, they're not quite as worried about being down on the scoreboard because now their confidence is a little bit higher. They feel like they've got something going, and they feel like
nowhere to go here. He lost the football. It's going the other way. And put it on the board. It's 6, a touchdown. So the football will be at the 25-yard line as this offense gets set to take over. Here comes the Jaguars offense as they get set to go again. And let's just say they're going to... And pressure coming, and they got him once again. Mario Edwards in there to drop him for his 5th sack of the year.
Lucky 56. Lucky 56. Now let's go.
Off the play fake. Blankenship. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And that's caught inside the 35. It's a big play for the Jaguars. 54 yards. Off play action. Blankenship. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down.
you get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out punishment, but here, he's one that has to absorb the contact, and as a result, unable to hold on to the football.
Back to throw. Blankenship. And he's going to be taken down. Pressure gets there back at the 39-yard line. Shaq Lawson in there to bury him for a loss of 11. Off the play fake. Blankenship. He's going to loft one deep left side here. So they took a shot there on 3rd down, couldn't get it. Now it's 4th.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. Got to try it here. He's back to throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. The Jags come up empty on 4th down. Well, their defense did the job. They got the turnover on downs. Now what can the offense do as they take possession? The Jaguars getting set to go. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride.
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, Coach, what do you want to call? He just waved a hand like, who cares? Let's get out of here and do something some other time. But some teams like to do something at the end to feel a little bit better as they continue to move forward.
Yeah, probably just want to put this one behind them.
Watch 32. All right, here we go.
To throw again. Blankenship. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And they went for a big play through the air on 2nd down. Couldn't connect. Now it's 3rd.
Well, the obvious goal is to try and score a touchdown, but at the least, adding to a pretty big yardage total for his intended receiver there, huh?
Yeah, well, when you got a guy over 150 yards, keep chucking it deep to him, I guess.
Yeah, no doubt about it. You can get it to him short, and he can make plays that way. But I like what you just said. Throw it to him deep and get it in a big chunk.
Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And now before this 1st down play, we're going to get a timeout here, as they stop it here with just under 40 seconds to go in the game. So the offense has it 1st and 10.
We don't want none of those. Pick up the ball. Wait, 20. Wait, 20.
They'll send a receiver in motion to the left.
Blue. Showing 8. Showing 8. Hey, check it. Alert 3.
They'll set up a throw. And the tip there altered the ball flight, and it falls incomplete. It'll be 2nd down.
Well, we're not playing 3 yards in a cloud of dust football anymore. I kind of get why those old school coaches sometimes didn't want to throw the football. Because if it's popped up in the air, it almost turns into slow motion. And both sides trying to get to the football, and you're holding your breath wondering whether it's going to go good or bad for your team.
And both guys were there, but it falls incomplete.
I remember a coach telling me a long time ago the difference between playing corner and safety in the NFL. Corner is like the Autobahn. Everybody just flying by, and these corners have been really busy in this game, although they got it done on the last play.
On the last play, yes, but there have been some good numbers put up against them offensively. Toward the sideline, did he keep the feet in? Yes, he got them both down, says the side judge, and that's good enough for a first down.
And that's how you pick up a first down. Not only does he make the catch, but has enough body control to get his feet down inbounds, toe tapping and dragging to make sure he gets it done.
And they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line. And before this second down play, we'll get a whistle, a signal, and a timeout, as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in the football game. He'll look to throw. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. And now here comes their final timeout as they take it with 8 ticks remaining. Here comes the 8th play of the drive, and they need a full 10 yards on third down.
All right. Let's go. 50.
He'll drop to throw. Under pressure again, and down he goes again.
Alert 3, alert 3, alert 3.
A big offensive explosion helped leading them to victory, and the defensive guys, they're just saying, hey, put those points up every week, we'll just keep winning.
They will gratefully accept them, won't they? It makes their job that much easier when they're scoring that many points, allows them to play with a totally different style and a different flow.
So for our visitors, they get back in the win column as they move to 2-1 now on the year. And they'll return home next week to take on the Cleveland Browns. Meanwhile, for Jacksonville, they too will exit with a 2-1 record. And they'll try again next week at home against Philadelphia. You